Raise your hand if you've ever been stressed with your work. Keep your hand raised if you asked for help. If you didn't ask for help, why didn't you ask for help? Why didn't I ask for help? Picture this. I'm back in Holland in the 3rd grade in my school. The class is learning about math. I didn't really enjoy math, so I wasn't really focused. I decided to look outside. I looked out the playground where I played at lunch. I looked at the football field where I won my first football game. Then I saw a bird, just one bird. I was so focused on that one bird, all the sounds around me were fading away. I was so focused on that one bird, I didn't realize the teacher was calling my name. Mats, Mats, Mats. Going to school in Holland was kind of a struggle. When I was in Holland, I was smart. I was even smart enough to skip grade 2 and move to grade 3. But something was not right. I was smart enough. Something was not right. I was smart enough, but I was not happy with the work I did. For example, if the teacher asked me to answer a simple question in front of the class, and I didn't know the answer to it, I would feel humiliated, angry, and sad. I was completely lost in my mind. I had troubles memorizing the times tables, had trouble with reading and with writing. I came to Green School in grade 4. I didn't speak a word of English, so that made it extra challenging. I was scared I was going to be judged. But the teachers and my classmates were all really supportive. That gave me a lot more self-esteem, and my brain didn't shut down so easily. Still, I have trouble concentrating, was quickly distracted, and couldn't really sit still. Last year, I went back to Holland and got tested for ADHD because it ticked off all the boxes for people with ADHD. I just got diagnosed with ADHD 5 months ago. But what is ADHD? ADHD is a condition that affects people's ability to have self-control, and they experience attention problems. People with ADHD have a hard time being focused, so it's harder for them to control their behavior. Did you know it affects between 5 to 8% of the global population? In 2016, 13.8% of children aged 3 to 17 had signs of ADHD. ADHD was first found in 1902 by British pediatrician Sir George. He found out that some kids could not control the behavior a normal kid could. And now, a little bit of science. The brain structure is formed the first 3 years of a person's life. This brain structure is formed by brain networks, which are made up of brain cells. These brain cells pass information from neuron to neuron. In this passing of information, some things can go wrong. ADHD can affect this process in a few ways. 1, the sending neuron may not release enough neurotransmitters. 2, the receiving neuron may have trouble catching the neurotransmitters. Or 3, the sending neuron may suck the neurotransmitters back up too quickly before the receiving neuron can catch them. Okay, so I have ADHD. What does that mean for me in my daily life? For me, it's hard to sit still, and I'm always fidgeting. As ADHD coach Brett Thornhill puts it, it's like your brain keeps switching between 30 different channels, and somebody else has the remote. I will focus on a task when I like it, see the value in it, or if the teacher is nice and fun. I think about 75 of the things I do in life is reacting to a situation without prior thinking. It is difficult for me to remember content, but I'll remember it if I like it or if it benefits me. Like, for example, I know quite a lot about snakes because I really like them. In saying all this, I do have great listening skills. People with ADHD are incredibly creative. They are 300% more likely to start their own business, and they can manage their work. It is good for people like me to recognize our personal worth. I made this artwork because this is how I feel. And I made this one because this is how I think other people feel like. I was so relaxed when I made these artworks because making art is one of the only times when I can truly focus. So how can society better support people with ADHD? To start, at school. It is good for teachers to recognize that if they give a person with ADHD a question, their brain activity will decrease. But if they give the same problem to a person without ADHD, their brain activity will rise. And the most important thing is to be aware that a stressful brain is not working. So please be patient with me. Get to know me. Find out what I'd like and don't like. Ask me if the classes are too easy or too hard, because I might be a little bit too afraid to ask. Okay, so I'm happy I found out I have ADHD. Knowing how my brain works makes it easier for me to find out new ways to learn. And if you think you have ADHD, contact your family doctor. Tell a family member about it. And remember, you can always come to me for advice. Thank you.